Why intimacy anorexics stay so busy. If you're married to one of these intimacy anorexics, you want to watch this because it's going to explain something super important to you. Go ahead, if you haven't subscribed, do that, hit the button. If you got a question, put it in the box. Busy is one of the characteristics of intimacy anorexia. And I want to spend some time kind of just opening this up as to the why. You know, when you go through the intimacy anorexia checklist, busy's towards the top of that, and you kind of check it off. Yes, I keep myself so busy. Or your spouse might say, yes, they keep themselves so busy. But why? Well, when you understand intimacy anorexia is the active withholding of spiritual and emotional intimacy, you understand that distance is the agenda at all times. Now, it doesn't have to be far distance. It can be just enough distance so that we're not close. Now, the beautiful thing about busy, and busy can take several different ways of manifesting. Busy can be taking care of the kids. It could be taking care of the neighborhood. It could be taking care of your yard, gardening. It could be playing golf all weekend. It could be riding your bike, working out excessively, hours, and avoiding your spouse. It could be volunteering for good causes. It can be religious busyness, political busyness, where you're at these events, you're at these situations or services, and you're doing God's work or the country's work or somebody's work. You know, you're saving the whales. Whatever you're doing, you're busy. Now, here is why busy is so valuable to the intimacy anorexic. Because if I'm just sitting at home ignoring you, that kind of space is going to make me look bad or good. Bad. Well, intimacy anorexics don't do good with being bad. Okay, there's a whole thing on Married and Alone. We talk about the good box, bad box. They don't do good in the bad box. Okay, but now, if I have a good reason, PTA meeting, private school, being the neighborhood watchdog, whatever it is they come up with, I am now good. I'm good when I'm busy. I'm helping others. I'm changing the world. I'm saving creatures. I'm doing something positive. Look how good this is. Now, the good is keeping us distant. But as an intimacy anorexic, do I look bad? No, I don't. I look good and sometimes great or spiritual or important. And therefore, my distance with you is mitigated because it's for a good cause, even if it's for our own children. And male and female intimacy anorexics might do it differently, but the results are exactly the same. We are not emotionally, spiritually, or physically close. You are not interrupting my life by coming into it, moving toward me, maybe touching me, wanting to give love to me the way I need to be loved by you. And this absence over time puts you in what we call pain for love. And if you've not watched that DVD, Pain for Love will change your life. Okay? Pain for Love shows you the game of keeping you in, 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees of pain. Okay? And as long as they keep you in 1 or 2, you'll stay. You'll keep managing everything. You'll keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. You'll keep going to work and make money. Whatever your role is in the function of the relationship, you'll keep functioning. But the emotional pain, now if you start going to 3 or 4, you get to 4 and you're like, I'm out of here, I'm separating, I want a divorce. Well, now they got to move you back to 1 or 2. Okay? But they'll keep you in 1 or 2, and busy is one of the ways they keep you in that pain state where you don't feel valued, you don't feel pursued, you don't feel seen, you feel that you are somewhere down the list on their life of value. And so if you're in a relationship with an intimacy anorexic, first of all, you're in a lot of pain. And if you haven't got the Married and Alone material, if you haven't watched any of that, or if you haven't even read the Partner Betrayal Trauma book or the DVD, which shows that you are suffering PTSD symptoms, depression symptoms, all kinds of consequences. If you're living with an intimacy anorexic, you are suffering very parallel consequences to a person who has suffered infidelity in their marriage, because there's unfaithfulness where someone can be unfaithful with another person, okay? But they can be unfaithful with not being connected to you. And the pain is just the same, okay? They can be unfaithful towards you, okay? Not just unfaithful to you. And if they're unfaithful towards you, busy is oftentimes the way that they will be unfaithful towards you. And it's so important. And so I would encourage Pain for Love, for those of you who haven't watched it, I would encourage you to get into a group with women or men who are experiencing this, who are partners of intimacy anorexics, work through the material, get some counseling, do an intensive. You know, those definitely can expedite the process. And neurologically, the damage from your neglect, that can be helped with the neuromodulation that's also available at an intensive in Colorado Springs. Just call 719-278-3708, okay, or go to the website on the screen right there in front of you. And I want to encourage you. You didn't cause the intimacy anorexia. However, the symptoms and the consequences, those are yours. And you're going to have to take those bullets out and process the pain, regardless of their decisions. So if busy's been a cloak, you want to uncloak that and ask for time and ask for things to be reduced so that they can show that they want to initiate towards you. And if they're unwilling to do that, then seek help for yourself. I'm Dr. Doug Weiss, and for the last 40 years, I've been helping couples heal from intimacy anorexia if they want to, partners heal if they want to, and if we can be of service, we want to be. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We have so much on this topic. You got a question, put it in the box. And until next time, take a good, healthy step for yourself.